Noetic Marketer, a boutique digital marketing agency serving top industries like higher education and D2C.
So for every single industry is the same exact concepts. It's learning who your audience is and giving them that message.
Remember, resilience and flexibility are key to thriving in today's dynamic market. Embrace change and let it fuel your entrepreneurial spirit.
We wanted to create an agency that transforms the traditional business relationship between agency and business into something more integrated, reliable, something you can trust, and where you treat each other a little bit more like a partner.
To our listeners, building a great team starts with understanding your values and vision. It's about finding people who share your passion and can grow alongside your business. A strong team culture is the foundation of success. Invest in your team and they will invest in your vision. Hello and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast. I'm your host, Kripa Anand, here to explore strategies and stories that inspire small business success. Joining us today is Andrés Tovar, co-founder of Noetic Marketer, a boutique digital marketing agency serving top industries like higher education and D2C. With expertise in personalized, data-driven strategies, Andrés has become a trusted voice in the marketing world, collaborating with some of Canada's most prominent universities and beyond. Tune in as we explore how he's built a thriving business, landed top clients, and stayed ahead of the curve in a competitive landscape. Welcome to the show, Andrés. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I'm really excited for the conversation.
I'm very happy to be here.
Perfect. Now, to begin with, according to a recent study by the Canadian Marketing Association, businesses that invest in personalized marketing strategies see an average increase in customer retention rates by 15%. Now, that's a big number, right? How does Noetic Marketer craft marketing strategies that deliver measurable results across such diverse industries? What's your take on that?
For sure. So we work with many different industries, including higher education, B2B, many different industries in B2B, manufacturing, professional services, contractor services. And it really comes down to the same thing. It's knowing your audience and giving them the right message through storytelling.
Right.
And it sounds simple, but it's kind of like a relationship. The longer you know someone, the longer and the more you know about them, the better you can craft a message to them that really
it gets personalized,
resonates,
right?
that is personalized.
Right.
So for every single industry is the same exact concepts. It's learning who your audience is and giving them that message. Now, in terms of something that you can measure,
Right.
technology allows us to measure pretty much every metric that you want. It's a matter of getting creative with the data and a matter of having the right tracking, having the right tools, and having the right knowledge, of course, and team.
Right. Being aware.
Being aware.
Yeah.
But technology nowadays allows us to basically track every single touch point, how much each touch point, every purchase, every lead, and the whole customer journey. So having those two things combined, then you can have a very powerful campaign. And then with that data, you can analyze it and continuously personalize even further your message and your marketing.
Great, very well explained. That's insightful, especially your focus on personalization and long-term partnerships. It's clear why your approach resonates with so many industries. Now, how do you ensure these strategies stay effective as trends and technologies, they keep changing, right? So as they evolve, how do you suggest we keep up with them?
Absolutely. So there's things that stay the same. The
Right.
concepts, the concepts of marketing, of personalizations, of positioning, of creating a message through storytelling, those concepts and knowing your audience, they apply to every single channel, no matter how technology evolves. So with AI, you can save time and money crafting your marketing campaign, and you can speed up that whole process.
Right.
But the concepts stay the same. So once you know the concepts, it's just a matter of being proactive, of learning the new tools, the new trends, reading articles about the changes in the algorithms, and figuring out where things are heading. But the main concepts stay the same. So
Right. As they say, change is the only constant. So it's
Exactly.
fascinating to see how thoughtful strategies can make a lasting impact. Dear listeners, success in business is a journey of learning and adapting. Every challenge is an opportunity to pivot, innovate, and grow. Remember, resilience and flexibility are key to thriving in today's dynamic market. Embrace change and let it fuel your entrepreneurial spirit. Up next, let's dive into your entrepreneurial journey and the lessons learned along the way. A survey by the Business Development Bank of Canada, that is the BDC, found that 60% of Canadian entrepreneurs started their businesses while still in school or just shortly after graduation, highlighting the entrepreneurial spirit among young Canadians. Now, for you, what inspired you to start Noetic Marketing and how has your journey evolved since the launch?
For sure. So prior to start this business, I was in university at the University of Ottawa studying marketing.
Right.
While in university, I knew I wanted to make money online. So I just delved and kind of consumed all sorts of content regarding SEO, digital advertisement, content marketing, blogging. And through all of this, I landed multiple co-op jobs.
Right.
And through those co-op jobs, I got exposure to the world of marketing agencies. Now, what I figured out is that there is it's a very, very competitive landscape. There's
Right.
thousands and thousands of marketing agencies. But what I found through my experience is that some of them were, and this is my personal experience, all of them are not like that. But what I found is that some of them were just yes people. Like the owner of that business asked them, do this. They did a great job and they did it in this case.
Right.
But the problem is that they didn't take that step back and kind of lend them their knowledge and tell them, hey, actually, that's not the best strategy.
Constructive criticism. Right?
Constructive criticism, and kind of work with them as partners and not just selling them a package or selling them whatever they want. Now, not every agency works like that,
Right.
but this is when I had the idea of Noetic Marketer. We wanted to create an agency that transforms the traditional business relationship between agency and business into something more integrated, reliable, something you can trust, and where you treat each other a little bit more like a partner. So we create customized strategies. It's never a one-size-fits-all solution. And we're always in constant communication because, as I always say to our clients, only by collaborating together, you have the knowledge of your business, we have the knowledge of marketing, then we can achieve the best results. And that's where it all started, second year of university.
Wow.
And here we are since 2017. So it's been 7 years.
7 years. Wow. Congratulations for that. And kudos to you for doing that and creating such an amazing platform. Now, starting a business, as you said, during university, it's pretty impressive. Your journey highlights the value of persistence and adaptability. And here's a lesson for all the listeners that it's never too early or it's never too late. Whenever the idea comes in your mind, just start, just begin, right? Can you share a specific point or failure that shaped Noetic Marketer's direction in today's landscape?
For sure. So even prior to Noetic Marketer, I did try to start different businesses. But an example of a failure for Noetic Marketer is that at the beginning, we tried to target restaurants. You know, we were not really, me and my partner didn't really know what we were doing yet. So we were trying to create a solution for restaurants. And I feel like this is a typical case where we didn't really know the audience very, very well.
Right.
And our offer wasn't customized enough for them. So we failed on that. But then we landed at the University of Ottawa much later. And then since we really knew that audience, we were able to craft a much better solution for them. And then after that, we were able to attract a lot more colleges and universities.
Wow. How long before you realized that, this is not the right way we're going?
Yeah, so it definitely took a bit of time. And even after we landed the first university, we did try to go for small businesses. So it didn't stick quite yet. We didn't realize that there was such a big opportunity right away.
You only learn with time, right?
Yeah, we only learn with time.
Right.
And after a while, we realized, wait, we already have like a bigger client that we can
cater to, right?
Yeah, that we already know what they're looking for, and we already knew them very well. So others were probably looking for the same.
Right. To our listeners, building a great team starts with understanding your values and vision. It's about finding people who share your passion and can grow alongside your business. A strong team culture is the foundation of success. Invest in your team, and they will invest in your vision. Now, let's shift gears and discuss the art of building a winning team. A report from the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, that is the CFIB, indicates that 70% of small businesses in Canada consider team culture and alignment with the company values as critical factors in hiring decisions. Now, what leadership lessons have you learned while growing Noetic Marketing and leading your team?
For sure. And this goes along with the message of personalization because what I learned is that I like to work a certain way. When I had jobs, I liked my bosses to treat me a certain way, but everyone's different. And sometimes you treat people the way you would want to be treated as opposed to how they want to be treated.
That's so true, right?
So, and it's a very common mistake. So the more you need to realize, how do they want to be treated? A good question that I ask always when I hire someone right away at the beginning is, how do you like to receive feedback? Because everyone likes to receive feedback very differently.
Right.
They take it very differently.
Some people bring their ego into it, and some people are open to learning and accepting, right?
So when you ask them, you're setting yourself you're telling them there's going to be feedback at some point. So you're kind of setting the standard, but you're also asking them, how would you like to receive it, so that
you're giving them the option to choose, right?
Exactly. So all those questions at the beginning are really, really great. So you can personalize your management style towards your team. But second, I am a firm believer of being empathetic leader. So understanding that you're working with people, humans,
not robots, right?
Humans, yeah. So understand that everyone has challenges on their personal and work lives,
right?
And how can you be there for them and give them a great experience? Because after all, we all have to put those 40 hours a week to work. So how can we give them the best experience?
Right, it's the small thing that matters, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And another question I have right here is, how important is your gut instinct? What role does it play?
Very, very important. I'm one of those people who follows their gut instinct every single time, almost.
Same, yeah.
I mean, I obviously have kind of my personal processes, how my brain thinks.
Right.
If I have a gut instinct, very strongly about something right away, I try to wait a few days, kind of not act right away, just ensure that, because sometimes it does change, right?
Yes.
So sit on your thoughts for a few days. I've learned that it can be very, very,
don't do anything in the spite of the moment.
Exactly. Don't do anything on the spot of the moment. Just kind of think about it, ask opinions of others, just reflect on it. But definitely, I think I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs and they ask me for advice, but a lot of the times entrepreneurs know already what they need to do.
Yes.
They already know what they need to do. They just needed someone to tell them.
They have that instinct within themselves.
Yeah, they have that because they know their business. Every single business owner knows their business best. And sometimes we ask advice to others.
But the answers are deep within, right?
Yeah. And then you just want that reassurance, someone tell you the same thing. But a lot of the times, I think it's very important as an entrepreneur to learn to trust your gut instinct because you know your business better than anyone else.
Right.
So your knowledge and your passion for it and everything kind of combines in your thoughts and you know what to do, right?
Right. I think we'll have to do another whole episode regarding into Andrés' mind. Now, moving on, how do you identify and hire the right people who align with your company's vision, who you are sure will work with you long term? Because everyone, when it comes to interviews, they all say the same things, right? We understand your vision, we understand your mission. But as an entrepreneur, how do you understand that this person that you're hiring at that time, he stays with you long term?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, and maybe something that I haven't solved quite yet to perfection. Because I do find that hiring people is one of the most difficult parts. Hiring the right person is very difficult.
Your employees are the biggest asset to your company, right?
They're the biggest impact. They can cause the biggest impact in your business for growth. So, I mean, something that I found is just be clear to what you're asking for. Be clear of the position that you're going to put them. Be super clear what you expect from them. And let them know right away from the interview, from day one, this is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm looking for.
Don't keep any surprises for them.
Exactly.
Right.
This is the vision of what I see in this role. and just try to give as much explanation to see if you feel like they really want that. And if you find someone really passionate about your story and what you're asking for,
Right.
I mean, that's a first good sign. Of course, you also want to look towards things like ensure that it matches the culture, ensure that it matches your management style, because
It's also consistent, right?
it's also
It's
consistent.
also not mood based. Because
Yes.
motivation, if you talk about motivation, it's pretty mood based, right?
Exactly.
But you have to be consistent at it to continue it.
Yes. One of the biggest things that I look for always is someone who is knowledge hungry.
Right.
Knowledge hungry, I think, is the number one thing. And organized. Organized because it balances me out
Right.
a little bit.
Right.
But knowledge hungry because if they have that skill, they have that hunger to learn, then you can.
The more knowledge you get, the
They
more you realize how little you know, right?
Yeah, and they have the right attitude, right? I think attitude's a big one as well.
The mindset.
Yeah.
Wow, very well said. We're just getting started. After the break, we'll uncover how Andre and his team stand out in a competitive industry.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Four billion people check their email every day. That's 4 billion missed opportunities if your message doesn't make it. To reach your customer's inbox, you need a winning strategy. And Constant Contact delivers. Literally, over 97% deliverability. Elevate your email game with easy-to-use templates, writing assistants powered by AI, and in-depth metrics. Ensuring your email is flawless, delivered, and read. Constant Contact delivers. Give it a try.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
Connect and recharge.
make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Welcome back. Let's explore the unique approaches that set Noetic Marketer apart from the rest. Now, let's get back to how Noetic Marketer differentiates itself in a crowded space and especially in a competitive world. The Canadian Internet Registration Authority, that is the CIRA, reports that 85% of Canadian consumers are more likely to engage with brands that offer unique and personalized experience that emphasizes the importance of differentiation in marketing and being personalized, as we talked about. Now, how have you managed to penetrate competitive industries like higher education and fintech?
Yeah, for sure. So for higher education, for example, is once again knowing what they want, but not just what they want materialistic, like they want leads, they want sales, but more than that, emotionally, what do they want? They want someone that they can trust and they don't have to go through this process again. They just want to kind of forget about that part of the business and they want to have that peace of mind, someone that they can trust. And it's a big, big factor of trust. As a matter of fact, that's for a lot of industries as well. So just showing them that you understand their industry, showing them that you have the solutions, that you've done this before, that you are trustworthy, that you're responsive, that and, there's a million factors there, but at the end of the day, you want to hit that emotional need and emotional want of feeling if you're
There's
a marketing
somebody there, yeah.
if you're a marketing director,
Right.
if you hire the wrong person, that also damages your credibility, right? So at the end of the day, they just want that peace of mind, that someone that they can trust. And it's that feeling that they're chasing. So how do you give them that feeling? And that's how you penetrate. So there's a lot of talk about this, but a lot of industries are very, very competitive.
Right.
And you can try to differentiate yourself with, little advantages or perks, or if you're a SaaS company, you're giving it something for free or you have more things.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the biggest brands are known and wanted because
for their emotional storytelling.
Exactly.
Wow. It was a therapy to talk to you altogether. Your ability to stand out, it's a testament to the power and focus and expertise. I think you are chasing excellence and you're already somewhere there. So big congratulations again for everything that you and your team have done. Message 3. Dear folks, scaling a business requires a balance of ambition and strategy. Focus on sustainable growth, staying true to your values, and delivering exceptional results. Integrity and consistency are the hallmarks of enduring success. As you scale, remember that your core values are your compass. Now, let's discuss how to effectively scale a business in our final segment. Now, according to Statistics Canada, small businesses that focus on sustainable growth and maintain their core values during expansion are 20% more likely to survive past the 5-year mark. Now, what are your top strategies for scaling businesses without compromising on quality or values? What's your take?
For sure. I think it really all comes down to processes and hiring the right people.
Right.
A combination of those two. It's a lot of repetition. Once you have your process very, very well documented, and you can just hire the right person to duplicate that process over and over and over and over again, that's on the operational side the best way to scale. Now, on the marketing side, same thing. It's repetition in the sense of like, what they want at the emotional level. And how your product service transforms their life for the better. And you want to continue hitting that message through storytelling at scale. But it really is a little bit about repetition. You know the processes, what has been successful.
You set the core values in place and then you just keep repeating the process.
Exactly. Once you know what works, obviously, I don't want to say it's 100% repetitive. I like it to be 80 to 90% repetitive. The 10 to 20%, it's continuously improving.
Yes, evolving.
Evolve it and, reiterate whatever document. Every time that you look at it, add a one little thing more. That extra 1%, but every single day or every single time.
Right.
But most of it, you already have documented. You already know how it worked. Let's say it's your first client, how can you replicate over and over and over again?
Great, very well articulated. Now, before we let you go, Andre, if you had to share one key piece of advice for all the people who are listening to you right now, especially small and medium entrepreneurs or people who are wishing to, start their own business or do startups, what is that one piece of advice you'd like to tell them that stays with them forever?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think number one, something we talked about, a lot of entrepreneurs, you already know what you need to do. And a lot of the times you're kind of procrastinated or maybe your goals and objectives are scattered, but you know what you need to do on the back of your mind. You just kind of need to reflect on yourself and you just got to trust yourself to do what's right. That's one, but also continuously gaining perspective. You don't know what's possible until you know it's possible.
Right.
So gaining perspective is very, very important. Continue talking to people who are more successful than you. Continue reading things. Continue learning things from YouTube or online courses or certifications or whatever it is. Gaining perspective continuously is very, very important.
Right.
Because once again, you don't know what's possible until you learn about it.
Right.
So those are the two things that I always recommend. It's be knowledge hungry all the time.
Right. Magic happens to those who take a risk, right? And business is all about taking a risk.
Absolutely. It's kind of like a teenager that just got their first job, and they're making minimum wage, and they're, wow, I'm making money for the first time. This is incredible. And it's only until you learn, oh wait, there's people that are making this much and they're doing it this way, and then there's people who did this and they made this much, and there's this industry that I didn't know about. And you can't make those decisions unless you know your options and unless you know what's out there. So gaining perspective, chasing to gain more perspective over time is extremely important.
Wow, thank you so much for those invaluable insights, Andrew. It was an absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for coming here.
No, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Today, we explored how personalized marketing drives results, the importance of resilience in entrepreneurship, and what it takes to scale with integrity. A big thank you to Andrés Tovar for joining us and sharing his expertise, and we are very grateful that he joined us. We'd also like to thank our sponsors RBC, UPS, Constant Contact, IHG Hotels and Resorts, and Google for supporting small businesses across Canada. Don't forget to visit CanadianSME.ca and subscribe and stay updated with more inspiring stories and practical tips. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take care and keep innovating. This is Kripa Anand signing off.